It is the day when a lot of young football players' championship dreams come true. It is the INFC Championship Saturday, brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods on a beautiful sun-splashed afternoon and day here in Bixby, Oklahoma at Spartan Stadium, Lee Snyder Field. We welcome you in. Mark Waddell and Don Rice getting set for the second grade championship game of the Indian Nations Football Conference. And what a day we have in store for you today. Great games throughout. We've already had one championship game. It's in the books in first grade, and it was TYAA claiming the first grade championship by a score of 25-0. Let's head down to the sideline as Richard Stickney has a very special guest.
Hey guys, down here with me on the sideline is Kerry Sumter with the Dick's Sporting Goods, one of our the title sponsor for the INFC. Kerry, how long have you guys been with Dick's, and what all do you do here with INFC?
Yeah, this is our fourth year sponsoring the INFC Championship, and we're excited to do it and continue to do it each year. Basically, what we do is we get involved with the community and the youth sports in the community, and we give back by donating cash and equipment and gift certificates and a lot of things that we do to get involved with the community. And so it's been a really great opportunity to have INFC partner with us year after year, and we hope to continue sponsoring the INFC Championship.
Hey, it's been awesome having them with us. We'd like to thank everybody for watching here, INFC 2014 Championship. Kerry, thank you for everything you guys do at Dick's Sporting Goods.
Thank you.
Thanks, Richard. And as we mentioned, an absolutely perfect day here in Bixby as all the championship games set to go. We've already had one game played, the first grade championship, and TYAA winning that one 25-0 over Berry Hill. We come back, the kickoff of the second grade championship.
This presentation of the INFC Championships is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. This season, give the gift that matters. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. And by Indian Nation Football Conference, home to the best youth football and cheerleading in Oklahoma. To get involved, go to nusports.com.
Well, young people playing this game in the second grade championship game that they'll play with an adult level intensity. And Don, we have a team right here in Bixby. Bixby Red in second grade taking on TYAA Black, and this should be a great matchup.
Well, Mark, we talked about it going in that Coach Montgomery for the Bixby Spartans has to be excited about today. They have 4 teams that are going to be involved in one of the age groups or other throughout the afternoon, and Coach Montgomery will be with us later, but this is his feeding program, and I know they're still alive in the 6A championship. They won their district last night, so this is just the start of a metamorphosis, if you will, of football stardom right here in Bixby, America.
Second grade, Bixby Red starting out with the football, and the quarterback trying to get to the outside to the 42 as Carson Kirby, number 5, trying to get to the edge against TYAA, and this is a team with, as you would expect, some speed. They've already got one championship, and that was in first grade, and here in second grade, they got a very solid team. This is TYAA Black. Now, Bixby Red, Kirby, call his own number up the middle, gets out to the 46. Ball came loose. They'll say that it hit the ground. That's what caused the fumble, and now they're pointing the other way, and it looks like they will award the football to TYAA. So instead of the ground caused the fumble, looks like the Bulldogs have the ball right at the 45-yard line on the Bixby side of the field.
That was Keaton Selfridge that actually come up with the football. They call him the Chief, and I tell you, watch on offense. I had the opportunity to do one of their playoff games. There's 16 teams that went into a playoff round last Sunday to start this. Selfridge will control the offense for the Black Bulldogs.
Well, this team will start out with the I formation. Quarterback working from under center. And a quarterback keeper trying to get to the edge, and that's Keaton Selfridge, who came up with a fumble and gets down to about the 40-yard line. So, as you'll see in first and second grade, your quarterback, who obviously, no matter what level football, awfully important. But first and second grade, you've got the opportunity because you don't really have any throwing, mostly ground attacks. A lot of times you'll have your best athlete at quarterback, and it allows you the opportunity just to have him take off and set sail. Mark him down at the 41. And so second down for the Bulldogs. Once again, in the I formation, the fullback gets the carry, and he is hammered by the Bixby Red defense. Immediately, the tackle made. And
Tyler Wright from his linebacker spot, or defensive end, if you will, came down in a hurry to make the tackle on the play, Mark.
Now third down for TYAA. Norton, their head coach, obviously pleased the defensive effort, the first possession for Bixby. The Spartans cough it up, and now the Bulldogs with a third down. Third down and 6. Once again, going out of straight I. Selfridge hands off, tailback, goes nowhere, hit at the line of scrimmage and dropped right there.
They'll lean on Parker Poole on that play. Kind of just the opposite of what Wright did on the last play. The two defensive ends are playing the line of scrimmage well for the Spartans.
Now the Spartan defense right now set up and will try and make the stop. Fourth down upcoming for TYAA. This is TYAA Black. This is the second Mighty Mite game that we've had, first and second grade. Of course, the Mighty Mites going with 8 men. Selfridge will take off, and he'll be stopped right at the 35. Now, they'll depend on the spot.
Well, the Bixby coaches think they've made the stop, and now the officials say that they have, so
Yeah.
the ball will go over on downs. First down, Spartans.
Yeah, big defensive stop. They'll mark it down at the 36-yard line. So over on the Bixby side of the field, their defense holds. Bulldogs defense getting the turnover on that first possession by the Spartans. Chris Griffin, the head coach of Bixby Red, this second grade team. Bixby has a couple more games in the championship game. Kirby trying to find his way up the middle, and nice job by the Bulldogs. And that interior, awfully strong. One of the players that was in on that tackle, slow in getting up off the pile. That's Gemini West, number 90, was one of the players in on the stop.
The Spartans kind of go to a little bit of a hurry-up offense. I talked to Coach before the game, and he said they like to do this from time to time, is try to press tempo a little bit, and you hear a lot about that in college football as well.
Well, that time the tempo pressed a little bit too much. Had a false start, and that'll set the Spartans back 5. And it is second down as they'll have to get whoever's running the down marker over there in gear on this championship game. And now second down coming up. Spartans, the end around. And it was Cord Nolan who was thrown down to the turf.
One more time, Selfridge with a defensive effort. He plays linebacker, but he'll flow from side to side of the field, and just watch him. He'll control the defense kind of like he does the offense from the quarterback spot.
It was third down and 9 for Bixby. Second possession for Coach Griffin Spartans. Two backs on either side of Kirby. Once again, end around. They fake it. Quarterback keep down the boundary. First down and into Bulldog territory And that's Carson Kirby. Good speed. He gets to the edge, and a nice call that time as they fake the end around, and Kirby with the keeper.
That's Little C, as they call him here in Bixby, and he was able to, as Mark mentioned, he faked the play that they'd run just before that, which was the reverse. And Kirby, that is, took it on the right side for a big gain. First down, Spartans.
Well, that time they marked him out. He stepped out of bounds. Of course, it was a little bit shorter as far as the width of the field. Kirby again, this time another first down. And he is slung down to the 38 of the Bulldogs. They'll move the chains, and so far Kirby has been the answer as far as the offense for the Bixby Spartans here in this second grade championship game. As I mentioned, absolutely perfect weather. A beautiful sunny day here in Bixby, and the Dick's Sporting Goods Indian Nations Football Conference presenting all these championship games right here at Spartan Stadium and Lee Snyder Field. Had a high school game here last night with the Bixby Spartans. Kirby trying to get to the outside, picks up a couple.
Darius Ross with a nice play for the TYAA Black Bulldogs. One thing we might mention, Mark, you just mentioned that Kirby stepped out of bounds on the far side. For those that are watching at home, the only difference in this football field than in a normal football field is it's not quite as wide. It's obviously 100 yards long, but we shorten the width just a bit to try to keep the game in the middle of the field.
Kirby again, this time trying the right side. Bulldogs hem him in, and he's knocked down at the 35, and they'll keep the clock moving as the clock will move throughout the Mighty Mite games. And we're at the end of quarter number 1. No score. This is the INFC second grade championship. Back here, start of the second quarter, no score, and he's got off to a racing start in the first game, the first grade championship game, as TYAA they blew out Berry Hill 25-0, and an outstanding job. Presley, dangerous back for TYAA. Got on the board first play from scrimmage for the Bulldogs in that one. Now in the second grade championship game, the Bixby Spartans with good size up front. They've had Clayton Kirby. He hands it off this time. Flag down as it's Nolan down to the 22 before he is tackled, but looks like this thing will come back.
Well, I was just getting ready to mention that Dixon had a nice block on the edge, but apparently the officials for today's ball game didn't quite see it the way I did, and I believe we've got our first hold of the afternoon.
I call him Clayton. It is Carson Kirby, the quarterback for the Bixby Spartans, second grade. They had to beat another Bixby team to get to this championship game. A lot of talent, of course, throughout all these youth organizations. Bixby, of course, with a second grade championship entrant. They've got one in fourth grade, and then coming up later on in seventh grade, the last game of the night. Left side, it's Nolan again, and he gets a lot of carries from that end spot, and he gets down about the 33.
And that time, we can say that Brooks Dixon had a great block on the edge. That sprung the ball carrier, and he'll come up just about 5 yards short, and I'm sure they'll go on fourth.
Yeah, it's pretty much the way these games will play out in the first and second. Really, through most of the levels, that you won't see a whole lot of punting until you get to the later grades, and even then, most of the time, with decent field position, they'll go right here. Fourth down, 5. Kirby fakes the end around, Tries the right side. He's got the first down, knocked out of bounds on that far boundary. But Carson Kirby is having a big, called it afternoon earlier. It's still late morning here on this championship Saturday. And as I mentioned, got a lot of young kids out here, 7, 8, even see one 9-year-old. These kids play with almost the adult level intensity. I mean, they really will get after it. Once you get to this level, you get to the championship, these teams are battle tested. Now, first down for Bixby. And Kirby can just go right up the gut behind that big offensive line. It's down to the 22-yard line. And the Bulldogs making the stop there. Robert Washington, one of the kids.
Ball control by the Bixby Spartans. I talked to their coach leading up to the ball game, and he said that's one of the things they were going to try to do is keep the ball away from TYAA Black as much as possible to limit how many options Selfridge will have on offense.
Second down, long 5. Kirby hit immediately up the middle, but able to bounce to the outside, but then finally he's dragged down, and good pursuit that time by the Dogs. And Cash Bryant, one of the kids making the stop on Carson Kirby, who's had a number of carries this game. You get a good, talented player at quarterback and pretty much can ride him throughout, especially in these early grades. Now Kirby, once again, with a couple of backs alongside him. One of those is Brooks Dixon. Kirby to the outside, taken down at the 25, and Selfridge there making the stop. He's been all over the field on the opening possession. Of course, he picked up the fumble by Bixby. Spartans now with it. And a fourth down from the 25 of TYAA.
Anthony Bryant hit him first, Mark, and then as you mentioned, Selfridge finished the tackle off Bryant. They call him Ant for obvious reasons. He's one of the smaller Bulldogs, but so far on defense, that hasn't affected his play whatsoever.
So fourth down and 8 for the Bixby Spartans. It's been a good possession. Now down at 3:46, clock ticking. Here's Nolan. Runs into a couple of Dogs, and they get the turnover on downs. They pull him down at the 24-yard line, and so TYAA Black taking back over on offense, and a good defensive stop. And this is one of those games you're not used to seeing. When you get first, second grade, usually you've got a couple of breakaway runs here or there. So far, it has been a defensive struggle between these two teams. Bixby essentially playing a home game here. Usually these youth teams, first, second grade, they might get a one game here or there played on the high school field. Most of the time they play over the soccer facility. So it's a big stage here for both these teams. Selfridge, a handoff left side, good pursuit. Spartans able to bring the runner down at the 24, and Parker Pohl, one of the kids, in on the stop.
Brooks Dixon actually made pursuit well behind the line of scrimmage, slowed him up for some of his teammates. As you said, Poole will finish the tackle off, and there's no gain on the play.
Bixby wearing their home blue, trimmed in white with the white helmets, and of course, see TYAA right there, the Bulldog on the side of the helmet, wearing their red uniforms, trimmed in white. Selfridge will work from under center on second down, and it's a keeper. Selfridge trying the right side. He's got the first down out close to the 35-yard line, and one of the Spartans, Jacob Nishat, they're on the stop for the Spartans.
Jacob was actually the last man standing. If he doesn't make the tackle, Selfridge might have taken that one the distance.
Keaton Selfridge, number 7. Talented player. See the front line there for the Spartans. One of those big kids up front, Dax Griffin, number 8. And now once again it's Selfridge from under center. Tries the left side, and he's got room down the boundary. And they'll say he was stepped out of bounds at midfield. It's enough for a first down.
We've been calling his name a lot on defense, but one more time, a nice play turned in by Brooks Dixon as he left his feet and got just enough of Selfridge's back leg to push him out of bounds.
I see the Bulldogs huddled around Coach Norton, and there's the Spartans up front awaiting the Bulldogs. Harris in the backfield behind Selfridge along with Cash Bryant. And there's Bryant right side to the 45. Went up in the air as he was knocked down at around the 40. And there's a dog down on the sideline. And they'll attend to that young man right now. 38.5 remaining in this first half. No score. Second grade Indian Nations Football Conference Championship, of course, sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. Good to have you along on a just absolutely picturesque Saturday in Bixby. And this has been a great venue for these championship games. Is up and walking off is Cash Bryant.
Cash money, they call him.
Head over toward the sidelines. Have, of course, the field turf here at Bixby, put in years ago, and no worse for wear. It is in absolutely perfect condition. And you look, Don, some of the facilities around the area that it put in the field turf, and it looks kind of worn out after a few years. This is just an absolutely perfect condition. It's a great facility to host this championship as the Bulldogs, the coach gets him set in the backfield. Selfridge, once again, he goes the entire way from under center, and he'll try the left side on a keeper. Selfridge is brought down close to the 30. And a break in the action there as ball came loose. Spartans thinking that they had the ball. There's 0.7 seconds remaining.
Coach Norton took a timeout. I'm a little bit surprised, I guess I should say, that he didn't use one a little earlier. You get two per half, and I guess he's going to go into the half with one in his back pocket, and that's a little unusual.
Well, they got the break in the action there. Ball marked at the 31-yard line in Bixby territory with 7 seconds remaining here. And the Bulldogs will have one play to see what they can get accomplished here. Of course, no one has thrown a pass so far in this second grade championship, which, of course, first and second grade, you probably won't see a pass. So, see, they can break one. You would think it's probably going to be Selfridge more than likely. Yeah, we'll get a carry as the offense huddling around. You see the Bixby defense, sun glistening off their helmets here.
We keep mentioning the weather, and I think we almost have to, Mark. As we talked about when we had a little break earlier, there's been Saturdays for this championship game where it's just been miserable. The weather gods were nice to us today.
Yeah, it definitely plays in everybody's favor. And Selfridge, as I said, he'll get the number called and almost broke it, but he's tackled at the 16, and that's the end of the first half, and we are scoreless. So a championship in this second grade has been, championship level for both of the defenses, and the fans here not only enjoying the weather, but a well-played first half. We'll have more from Spartan Stadium when we come back.
This presentation of the INFC Championships is brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods. This season, give the gift that matters. Every season starts at Dick's Sporting Goods. And by Indian Nation Football Conference, home to the best youth football and cheerleading in Oklahoma. To get involved, go to NUsports.com.
Hey, I'm down here on the sideline with Bigsby Red head coach, Coach Griffin. Coach Griffin, great first half, a lot of intensity. Any things you see you need to tidy up on, maybe to break this goose egg between you and TYA?
We've got to block better. We got to get our blocks, stand our blocks, and drive down the field.
Well, you guys have done a good job holding the ball and trying to keep it out of their hands. Hey, Coach Griffin, good luck with the rest of the half, and hopefully you guys will bring home the gold ball to Bigsby. Good luck, Coach. You betcha.
Great defensive game plan by both of these teams, and we are scoreless here at the half. And well, now it's the cheerleaders' turn to take center stage as we have, well, you'll see this throughout the season at the halftime of all the youth games. And now the TYAA cheerleaders. the halftime show, and we'll have the second half when we come back.
Get your free Dick's scorecard today. Earn points and get 3% back in rewards. Every season starts at Dick's.
Well, we're back here ready to start the second half between the Bixby Spartans and the TYAA Bulldogs down to Richard Stickney.
Coach Norton, 0-0 ball game, almost really like we didn't play the first half at all, because now we got the first team to score, probably going to hold on to win this. What do we got to do over in Bulldog Nation to get this turned around?
Play some defense, man. Defense, we just, I don't know, we just not coming to play today, man. I hope they tune it up second half, though.
Well, I know you guys over there do a great job coaching, so, hey, good luck in the second half, Coach. Hope you guys bring home the gold ball to Bulldog Nation. Thank you, Coach, for coming over here.
Thanks, Richard. And, boy, the coaching staffs, both these teams, saw Coach Norton, just great defense. Dogs will start in the second half with the football. TYAA Black and Bixby Red, the second-rate Indian Nations Football Conference Championship game. TYAA already with one in the books, one gold trophy. And that was in first grade, as it was TYAA Blue shutting out Berry Hill 25-0. Right now, both teams shutting each other out. Selfridge from under center. There's Bryant. He's close to a first down, just a little bit short. He's dragged down just shy of the 50-yard line.
Ethan Williams, again, one of the last players on the defense to make the tackle before the Bulldogs might have put 6 on the board on that play.
Bryant, maybe their most explosive running back. The Bulldogs, as the coach gets him set. Fullback in there is Anthony Harris. Bryant, another carry. Look at him break to the outside. He was hemmed in by Kirby for a moment, and then he's finally brought down at the 38, and it's a first down and 10 for TYAA.
Their first 2 plays in the second half, they may have accumulated more rushing yards than they did in the entire first half. The Bixby defense was really stingy in the first half, and in fact, their offense with the ball control style didn't actually give the Bulldogs the ball for that many plays.
Well, you see the coaches out there, second grade. Of course, you're still able to have the coaches out, helping to instruct, get everybody set. Just underway here in the third quarter. Fans been treated to a great defensive battle. Right now, the Bulldogs, the TYAA Black on the move. Bryant, left side, getting the edge. Kirby will usher him out of bounds at about the 32-yard line.
We said going in that they would rely on Selfridge, but I think they changed their style just a bit going into the second half. As they're actually riding their running back, Cash Bryan, as they call him, Cash Money. He's had 3 straight carries and accumulated about 35 yards of total offense, second down for the Bulldogs.
The man they call Chief, quarterback, hands it off. And up the middle, down to the 22-yard line goes Anthony Harris. Nice run to mark him down at the 23 in Bixby territory. So it's been a steady dose of Bryant. And then Anthony Harris, the fullback.
Ball at the 28, first down Bulldogs as the drive continues with 5:20 left in quarter number 3.
A lot of 7-year-olds on this roster for TYAA. Ball fake there, breaking free. Selfridge down to the 10, knocked out of bounds at around the 5-yard line, and so it'll be a first down and goal for TYAA. And Selfridge, not only a good ball fake, but great run, and his fans obviously excited to see this team finally see somebody moving the ball and have a scoring threat. Mark him down at the 4-yard line. As I mentioned, Selfridge, nicknamed Chief, also playing strong safety. About 3 feet tall, 53 pounds.
But strong, as we saw, he broke 2 tackles to turn the corner and put it at 1st and goal at the 4.
4.5 clock ticking here in this third quarter. They get Harris and Bryant set, and Selfridge now from under center. On 1st and goal from the 4, it's Bryant up the middle, hit at the goal line, spins his way in, and a touchdown by TYAA. And just like that, Bulldogs, they're going to mark him down. Say forward progress was stopped there at the 1-yard line. Well, he spun his way into the end zone, which he did. So now 2nd down and goal. And up the middle they go. And stopped right at the goal line. And now 3rd down and goal for TYAA.
Gordon Nolan with the big hit right there at the goal line, and he'll get some help from Carson Kirby, little C. We got an official's timeout.
Yeah, Selfridge, who's down, and the officials are calling timeout right now as they'll attend to Keaton Selfridge, who's down on his back. And he's had an outstanding game, and how important is that kid for TYAA Black? Right now, they're just checking him out, just laying on his back. Coaches out there to look at him, and of course the team around him. I want to give him a little bit of space.
Well, unfortunately, we don't have a 2-deep roster, so we don't know who will come in to run the offense for the Bulldogs. If I could guess, I'm going to think that they may just shift Anthony Harris or either Cash Bryant to the quarterback slot, but Selfridge has been the main ball carrier in the second half for them.
Well, throughout the first half, run with Selfridge, able to get Bryant and Harris some carries in the second half. You see the Spartans huddled around Coach Griffin down there in the end zone. Have a big play or two upcoming. You got 3rd down and goal right there from the 1-yard line. And obviously the defense has been doing an outstanding job. They got down to the 4. Selfridge hobbled, and he will head off of the field right now. And hopefully that young man will be all right. He's obviously not just a key player on offense, but a big-time player on defense. Been all over the field that first half as we saw both defenses making key stops. First possession for Bixby, of course, they coughed it up, and it was Selfridge who came up with the ball. Ball right there at the goal line. The Spartan defense has some size up front. And you see the Bulldogs huddle around their coach. We'll see who they have as the trigger man on offense. The clock starting up again. Had that running clock here in 2nd grade. The fans trying to get their defense up. Those are the fans on the home side, all the Bixby fans. And a new quarterback in there. They push forward into the end zone, and a touchdown for TYAA Black.
Terrence Williams actually came in to run the offense, and he took it and went straight up the middle. He'll put it in for 6.
Yeah, number 25, Terrence Williams II.
Now, which comes probably one of the more important plays of the afternoon in Mighty Mike football. The extra point is so important because if you can cash this in, then you put pressure on the other team. When they score, they have to make the extra point. Obviously, they're going to be a point behind. For those watching at home, if you kick it, it's 2, which I'm sure you won't see in Mighty Mike. If you run or throw it in, it's 1 point.
Now the Bulldogs set with a full house backfield. Terrence Williams II, the quarterback. He's got Harris and Bryant. Looked like he was going to throw. Now Williams is pulled down as he can't get away from Joe Buck. Big number 77 for the Spartans. So 6-0 is your score. A touchdown by Williams, who came in for Selfridge, and the extra point is no good. 2 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in this third quarter of the second grade INFC championship game sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods. And then the Spartans, we were right at it offensively. See where they can get started. Obviously, you don't have the kickoffs in first and second grade. You just start out with the ball at your 40-yard line, and the Spartans offense is out there. You see number 77, Buck. He made that big play there on the extra point try. He's one of the kids up front along with Dax Griffin. They've got some pretty good size up front.
With 2:35 left in quarter number 3, this is the first offensive play that the Spartans will run in the second half.
That direct snap. Some room to the outside. 5 yards on first down. And that was number 6, Ryan Cordova, who got that direct snap as they line up with 3 in the backfield. You have Kirby right in the middle, the quarterback, Carson Kirby, and you have Cordova on one side. Usually Brooks Dixon on the other. That time they just had a direct snap right to Cordova. So second down and 5 for the Spartans from their own 45, just over their 45-yard line. Once again, 3 in the backfield. Direct snaps, Tyler Wright hitting the backfield, and he's thrown down by Stephen Moment, big number 97, who just grabbed him around the waist and threw him down.
The big monster, they call him, and he did make a nice play well behind the line of scrimmage. The Spartans are going to look at third down and about 8.
That ball marked right at their 42-yard line. You see that big defensive front for TYAA Black. So big third down here. It's Kirby. Down pressure up the middle. And takes a secondary shot. He's brought down at about the 39.
Good news for Bulldogs fans is on that last tackle to help out at least Selfridge. He's back in the ball game, so apparently he was able to shake off the ankle injury, and he's back playing defense for his Bulldogs. Fourth down.
Yeah, it's good news for the Bulldogs, bad news for the Spartans. See that youngster back out there. He makes a lot of plays, and now fourth down for Bixby. Fourth down and 10. And it's Kirby trying the right side. At least he gets some yardage out to the 44, so field position improves just a little bit as far as the field position goes, but the Spartans have to give it up. Turnover on downs, and now the Bulldogs with a chance to strike. The end of the third quarter nearing, down to 23 seconds, the clock ticking, and that Spartan defense going to be counted on big time here as the third quarter coming to a close. If the Bulldogs are able to hammer another one home, that could be all she wrote. Selfridge, as we mentioned, back in the game, down to 7 seconds left here in the third. They'll run another play, and it's Bryant. Bryant the left side, got a block, but not much there as he's tackled at the 44, and that's the end of the third quarter. 6-0, TYAA Black over the Bixby Spartans. And the Spartan defense with a big series when we start this fourth quarter here at Spartan Stadium and Lee Snyder Field. Well, beautiful day for football, and what a special day we have as always here at the Indian Nations Football Conference Championships. Mark Waddell along with Don Rice. You know, Don's my second year being a part of these championship games. Of course, I handled the play-by-play for the Bixby High School football team on the radio on Talk Radio 1170 KFAQ, and having a chance to do these youth football games here. Just a lot of fun. You see some great teams, and forward to a great fourth quarter in this second grade championship game. Has not been a disappointment. Bryant right side, and nice open field tackle that time by the Spartans. And it's Carson Kirby, number 5, these quarterbacks, both of them, not only can they run with the football and make plays, but on defense, they're big hitters.
You know, you talked about a special day. Let's talk about a special young man that wasn't able to be here today, but we want to give him a shout out to number 99, who would be on the sidelines for the Bixby Spartans, Jackson Kidd. Jackson, unfortunately, is suffering from cancer. I know they had a big fundraiser for him last night at the Whitey Ford Fieldhouse. We'd just like to say to Jackson Kidd, we miss you, young man. Get well, and we'll see you out here next year, we hope.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now 3rd down. Bulldogs not much on the edge. Spartans there to bring him down at the
Rowdy
41.
Yep, Rowdy Rhett Lou, number 18, came all the way across the field to get a helmet on him. He slowed him up just enough to make so that Parker could finish the tackle off for the Spartans.
4th down and 7 for the Dogs, who are huddled around their coach, the Bulldogs. You see the Spartan defense getting a talking to right now from the Spartan coaching staff. That front will be counted on. This is a huge play in this game. We just started the 4th quarter. If Bixby can hold, get a turnover on downs, they've got a shot. Bulldogs, you see the home fans hoping to see a stop. There's Selfridge, right side. He's brought down in a big play by Cord Nolan, number 35.
You said the Spartans needed a stop, and they got it, Mark. You were right. If the Bulldogs were able to convert that, they might have been able to run out most of the 6 minutes that's left. You can't fall behind 2 scores in Mighty Mike football most times and come back and win. Not
unless you're in a shootout, and we don't have one. This is unlike, well, game number 1 you had a shutout, but you had a lot of points put up, and you had to put up quickly. We had not seen quick strikes in this game. It has been a grind-it-out type of affair. Now the second-rate Spartans with an opportunity, and it's Kirby. Hit once, twice, and runs into a pile and just fights forward to get what he can to the 45-yard line. He was initially met by Terrence Williams, the second, got around him, then Jamoni West hit him. A couple of kids there to make the stop, and you see some of the second-grade Spartan fans. Of course, several Spartan teams involved here, so you got a lot of sets of fans, maybe, in fact, some people showing up a little bit early for their game. There's Kirby close to midfield, pushed back.
Kirby stays on at quarterback, but I talked to Coach Griffin, and he said he went to something a little bit unusual for the playoffs in this game. He's actually rotating his backs to where he has 2 brand-new backs in here for the 4th quarter, which normally you would try to get those guys involved in defense. He said he wanted to rest them. He's got 4 different backs and a quarterback. He's going to use 2 new ones here in the 4th quarter.
Number 99, Darius Ross, one of the kids making the tackle there. On 3rd down, here's a pass. First one we've seen and almost completed. Nolan. It was right there in front of him, but Selfridge there to make a big play.
That's the luxury I think Coach Griffin felt he had at 4th and 1. He could go ahead and maybe gamble just a touch there on 3rd down. I thought we were going to have our first completion of Mighty Mike football. I know we didn't have one last year.
Well, we go into the 4th quarter of the second Mighty Mike game here, the second-grade championship. First pass, that was a pretty good throw. And you're right, though. They've got an opportunity now. 4th down, a yard. Spartans will get it. A pile pushed back, but Kirby's got the first down, and so they're able to take a shot on 3rd down. Didn't work out, but they're able to get the first down. But the clock is winding. You got 3:46. It's ticking away here in the 4th quarter.
Kirby only needed 1, and that's just about what he got. I mean, the Bulldog defense was there in a hurry. The big boys up front did a nice job, and he got just enough to move the chains. The Spartan drive continues with 3:30 left, as we talked about in quarter number 4. This one's getting down towards the short minutes, as we say.
Yeah, it's crunch time here. Kirby to the edge, knocked out of bounds inside the 45-yard line, and mark him down to the 44. And on that tackle, Robert Washington, number 73. And we've got a timeout call. The Bulldogs defense, it's a big spot. 3:10 remaining in this ball game. A 6-0 TYA Black lead. And their defense down on one knee. Coaching staff trying to motivate. You see Coach Griffin there talking to his offense. No room for mistakes here. Could be the last possession for the Bixby Spartans, second grade red.
Well, after the Bulldog touchdown, we talked about the importance of the point after. So now if the Spartans are able to put it in the end zone, that's when it really gets important, because they may be able to win this by a single point after.
Well, you're right. They could come down to that. But they've got to get it into the end zone. And Coach Griffin, what a season they've had. It's a well-seasoned ball club. They've got big kids.
Season and not just in football. I talked to Coach before the ball game. They talked about they won a World Series in baseball. They're INFC basketball champions, and Kirby has the ball on the edge.
Oh, look at Kirby. And Selfridge brings him down. That's a good athlete one-on-one matchup between Selfridge and Kirby out there in space. And Selfridge able to bring him down to the 42-yard line. And that clock continuing to wind. Under 3 minutes left in this game. Keaton Selfridge with those gold shoelaces.
Once we get to the 2-minute mark, they'll start running the clock like they do during the normal football game, which means if Bixby could indeed get out of bounds, the clock will stop. Now, for those watching at home, they may be a little confused watching the Mighty Mites, because until the 2 minutes, it's a running clock whether you go out of bounds or not.
Spartans trying to get set right in the shot, trying to get set up there on the line. And here's Kirby on a third down play. Tries the right side. He's got the first down and gets out of bounds at the 36-yard line. And we'll get to that 2-minute mark.
Gordon Nolan with a nice block out in front of Kirby, the fullback. And right there we are at 2 minutes. And as we talked about, now the clock runs like most people are accustomed to seeing it. You get out of bounds, stop the clock. Incomplete pass, stop the clock. Coach Griffin can use that to his advantage now if Kirby can get to the edge.
Marking right at the 35, and there's the Bixby Spartan offense. Fans have seen what you would anticipate in the championship. Tight one, 6-0 TYAA. Here's Kirby, got room up the middle, and tackled inside the 30, now down to the Bulldog 29-yard line.
You see some of the Bixby fans start the little signal with their fingers as they want the offense to hurry up. And Coach Griffin mentioned, and we talked about it in the first half, he's kind of put in a little bit of a hurry-up offense just for this ball game. So I know he's looking at the clock as well.
Well, they got to get after it right here. A minute 35, minute 34. Clock moving, as you mentioned, it on a run, of course, even inside of 2 minutes. That clock's going to continue to move. And end around is a reverse as Nolan handed it back. And Kirby, right side inside the 20. Kirby still going. Thrown out of bounds at the 15-yard line. And a first down and 10 for Bixby. And they're in the red zone now with a minute 14 left, trailing 6-0. The fans all jacked up right now because they realize this game is coming down to the wire here. And they have the opportunity. They can score if they get that extra point. They could win this game, but they have got to get it into the end zone. Ball marked down to the 14 of TYAA. Kirby once again out of the gun. And he'll call his own number. Probably a good decision. And look at him go. And he's tackled. It's Selfridge who makes the stop.
Clock works inside of 1 minute. Coach Griffin says on the ball, we're going to go. He's not going to use a timeout yet. He's got 2. He'll save them as we get under a minute.
Yeah, down at the 8-yard line. And down to 52 seconds, 51 seconds. Kirby on the left side. He'll get out of bounds as he is hit hard out of bounds by Selfridge. Just about the 5-yard line. And so they can get a first down. It's third down for the Spartans. They can get a first down, and that would momentarily stop the clock, but then they would start it winding again. 45.1 remaining in this game. And what a second grade championship we have had. And Kirby, you get the back set. Kirby tries the right side. And the Bulldogs, they hem him in. He's tackled inbounds down to the 3-yard line. You get a timeout called, and they do call a timeout. 35.4 remaining. The Spartans get that timeout called. 6-0 right now. And this is about as good as it gets in the second grade Indian Nations Football Conference Championship game sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods, as it is right on the doorstep for the Bixby Spartans, the second grade red. And they've done the job. They're down to the 3-yard line of TYAA Black. So you could have an overtime situation. You just never know.
Did we negotiate overtime pay?
No, it's already done.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah. It's in the mail.
So many times in the Mighty Mite ball games, it's almost like you think you might have showed up and having a track meet going on, and this one's just the opposite. All defense all day long. I like it.
Yeah, they're making some noise on the Spartan side. And there's Coach Griffin. And he's orchestrated this. You know, a great job by him. You think about it, Don, it's not easy trying to get second graders huddled up, get them to the line. You know, you're in a pressure situation. And he has done a masterful job on this drive.
Remember, you can't put anybody on the nose, so look for Kirby right up the middle.
First down and goal, and it's Kirby into the end zone, and a touchdown. Bixby Spartans, second grade red.
Tied at 6, and as we talked about, here comes an all-important extra point with 31 seconds left.
Yeah, you get this extra point in, and then you've just got a couple of plays to stop TYAA, and you could win this thing. So right now, the extra point try for Bixby second grade red, and it is huge. And I would think Kirby would call his own number again. Now they'll hand it off. No, he takes it himself, and he gets right to the goal line, and he's in. The extra point by Kirby is good. Carson Kirby.
Well, Kirby didn't take it up the middle that time. He faked the fullback and kind of bounced it to the outside. And I tell you, you talk about a game of inches. The ball was only over the goal line by about the nose of the football, but he got there, and the Spartans are up by 1 with 31 seconds left.
Well, TYAA Black, they thought they had him stopped at the goal line. But no, it was Carson Kirby who would be your MVP of the game. It looked like they had handed off, and the fake to Tyler Wright was a good one. In fact, the cameras were following him, but it was Kirby in, and it's 7-6. Bixby, second grade red, with 31 seconds remaining. Like I said, you just got a couple of stops to make here. Now TYAA, they've got to have a big play, and Selfridge is going to take it himself. Gets a nice block on the outside, cuts it back inside. He gets out to the 48-yard line. And the clock is stopped as a timeout is called by TYAA Black.
It's going to be second down and 3, but more importantly, there's 22.4 seconds left in the ball game. And Coach Norton has one more timeout. And Mighty Mite should get 2 per half. He used 1 there, so he'll have one more timeout.
Well, he's got an opportunity here. Now, the way the clock is going to work is the Bulldogs will talk it over here. If you can get the first down, you're going to have a quick stop of the clock. That would probably give the Bulldogs a couple more plays. They also have that timeout to use as they continue to discuss. But 22.4 remaining in this football game. It's 7-6. Bixby with a lead. Bulldogs to the line. And the Spartan defense is awaiting. And Selfridge with a handoff. Bryant, he can't get to the first down sticks. And they're going to try and get another play off before they call a timeout.
Couldn't get to the outside because Rhett Lou, number 18, the defensive end, turned him inside and actually made the tackle.
Now down to 3 seconds. Here's Selfridge. He's across midfield, lost the ball, and the clock at 0, and the game is over, and Bixby has won the second grade championship.
As we mentioned, how important are extra points in all football, but most importantly when you only score once or twice per ball game. The extra points, you got to cash them in.
What a job. What a job by Bixby in this second grade championship game. And Coach Griffin with his kids, they are celebrating, and what an incredible finish to this ball game as the Spartans, second grade red, winning this one by a score of 7-6. And there are those beautiful gold trophies. And TYAA Black, what an incredible season for them. Of course, Coach Norton and his kids, they had the lead late in this ball game, but they come up 1 point short. And fans just experienced what INFC championship football and this championship Saturday is all about. We, of course, thank Dick's Sporting Goods for their sponsorship of this incredible day of action, these incredible games. And after the first one, the first grade championship kind of got away from Berry Hill, and it was a blowout for TYAA. This second grade game did not disappoint. You definitely got your money's worth here, as the kids from TYAA will come out and accept their consolation trophies. We'll head down to the field for the championship presentation.
The runner-up trophy going out first to the TYAA Black Bulldog. Number 1, Amari Hill. Number 4, Blake Walker. Number 7, Keaton Selfridge. 25, Terrence Williams II. Number 30, Anthony Harris. 32, Cass Bryant. 73, Robert Washington. Number 90, Jamani West. 97, Stephen Moment. And number 99, Darius Ross. Coached by head coach, Coach Norton. First place trophy presentation to your Bixby Red second grade Spartans. Number 5, Carson Kirby. Number 6, Ryan Cordova. Number 7, Ethan Williams. Number 8, Dax Griffin. Number 10, Brooks Dixon. Number 14, Tyler Wright. Number 15, Parker Cole. Number 18, Brett Lou. 35, Cord Nolan. Number 44, Jacob Nishat. Number 77, Joe Buck. And coached by Chris Griffin.
Well, the trophy presentation, Chris Griffin celebrating with his second grade Bixby Spartan red team. And here in 2014, they cap off a great season with a great victory and a great fourth quarter as they beat TYAA Black by a final score of 7-6. And well, they're just getting started. I mean, we're only through 2 games here, Don, and we have not had any disappointment as far as this second grade championship game. So let's head down right now as the winning coach, Chris Griffin, is standing by with Richard Stickney.
Long season, but in a short week of time, a lot of ball games. Congratulations. What do you got to say about your team?
They came together as a team. They performed, came together as a team, and they just stayed together.
I tell you what, a great performance they did. Coach, it's been a long year for you. Started back in July, came all the way now. Hey, congratulations to the team, and we want to thank everybody for coming out. Coach, congratulations with your team.
All right, thanks, Richard. And the second Ray Championship in the books. Here on this Championship Saturday, sponsored by Dick's Sporting Goods, the INFC Championship games coming up. We've got another good one in store for you. The third grade championship is Jenks Silver versus TYAA Red. That's next up on this Championship Saturday.